At the time of this recording, it's been a pretty rough year. We should be cozy up in our homes, staying safe, and wishing for a hero to rise and get people to properly quarantine already, for goodness sakes. This winter, get your masks on, Tenno. Behold, Saint CALIBUR, descending down the chimney to execute the sinners on the holy night. His battle cry rings through the darkness, alongside the din of his repetitive holiday music. You find yourself lost, alone, maybe stunned. And then he strikes, armed with a heavy attack, exalted blade, because blade waves aren't as scary as this heavy attack animation, to decapitate the heads of those vile sinners who will not wear their masks. Just breathe, it's not that hard. This is not bad. Remember to still use Radial Blind as you get that stuff damage multiplier. This is a particularly good use case for the little mini blind. The build. It's a heavy attack build, I don't know what to say. Yeah. Some strength helps. Really the main thing that using this as a heavy weapon has going for it is that you have strength as another multiplier. And some range, because this juggernaut of peace and love even has the most terrifying power of all. For the first time, this build can give you 2 balls, or your chosen equivalent, to use alongside your mighty hunting bow that unleashes eldritch horrors to cleanse those who would defile the holiday spirit with their selfishness. Fighting alongside his immortal elf servant, one man, Saint CALIBUR, will strike down the naughty and bring glorious bounty to the nice. There's the 2 balls. Your operator wields the Lega Prism. No, that's a powerful snow machine for use in battle. More snow. Snow machine infested Sayandana. Madurai focus for more Christmas fireballs. I mean, it's more snow machine fuel. If you're gonna use your operator anyway, I figure you might as well have some actual attacks, right? Snowflake Sakara. Energy conversion, which is nice for some extra strength, but mostly looks vaguely like an ice cube orbiting around you for all of the snow. And last but not least, the wrong holiday arrows that look a lot like they leave snow trails if you squint really hard. Alright, story time. Get your Yule log and your eggnog and your Christmas swordfish. Once upon a time, there was a new member of the Warframe Partner Program team, back when that's what it was called, at Digital Extremes, and his name was D.E. Marcus. He likes Zephyr and the smell of fresh bandwidth in the morning. He's a fun guy. And then it was Valentine's Day, because this story has no plot, and the good Marcus was supposed to send out Eros Aeroskin consumables to all of the then Warframe partners. If you aren't familiar, this is a consumable gear item that makes your arrows into Heart Trail Cupid projectiles for a little while. But alas, Marcus sent us a permanent version that wasn't supposed to exist in the game instead, so I could just use this as a skin all the time. I didn't know that this was not supposed to be a thing until I met Marcus at TennoCon 2019, and we were on a panel together. I was invited to be on a panel about making stuff on YouTube with a lot of other Twitch people, and Marcus ran that panel, and so we were talking and he told me this story. Now, I am proud to wield the completely exclusive Warframe creator Valentine's Day arrow spam. I mean, it's a snow machine. Thank you, Marcus, for making this video possible, and for all of your support over the past few years. Here's to many more. Incidentally, I promise I'll talk about Zephyr builds for you soon. You've waited long enough. Now you might be thinking, Proboscis Cernos, more like preposterous stagger radius, which it does have, but that's okay because you don't have to be the one to shoot it. As you just saw, Umbra will shoot it just fine, and it's not exactly a weapon that requires pinpoint precision, so you get plenty of hits even if you're not the one firing it. And the Proboscis Cernos also has a pretty small ammo maximum, so it's quite nice on Umbra, who doesn't have to use ammo. And I mean, how else are we gonna catch the Christmas sinners and save the gas status effect? I mean the holidays. Oh yeah, that's right. We were going to give the gift of 2 balls to you and or your loved ones. Basically, Excalibur Umbra's version of some abilities with deployables exists separately from the one you deploy manually. So when I used Resonator, I just clicked the ability myself, And Excalibur Umbra can also use Resonator while I'm not manually piloting the Warframe, and that rollerball is separate. As you can see, there are 2 of them now. So it's just luck, but if Umbra is willing, you'll see a Christmas miracle. Just keep in mind that Umbra's version doesn't persist when Umbra is not active, so it doesn't go both ways. You need to deploy your own manually first, and then let Umbra deploy theirs. You can't do it in the other direction. Normally, I'm not the biggest fan of this ability without its Conductor augment, which lets you control its positioning and stops it from wandering around. This is even an Exilus augment, so it's not very hard to equip, but this build has max range and 2 balls, and so I think that it's a little more okay to have your primary source of crowd control controlled by the AI, and it just kind of goes where it pleases. That's okay, because the radius is really big, and you have 2 of them, and you have Radial Howl, and you can just kill the enemies outright anyway, and you have the mini Radial Howl anyway. What is absolutely not okay is the sound of the 2 rollerballs making their little default Octavia song at the same time. So consider using the options menu to protect your sanity for minimum jingle, jangle, jingle. Oh, it's kind of running away. I think I heard its feeling. No, it's okay. Come back. It's all right. I'm sorry. There you go. There you go. Good job. There you go. Let's, no. Okay, it's running away. What even is there to say about this fashion? Don't tell me this skin wasn't explicitly designed to be Santa. Look at how much it looks like Santa. We even have this sort of candy cane striping on the bone helmet thing. Look, it's perfect. Yeah, okay, it totally wasn't, but it looks good, right? We got the red-nosed reindeer skull with this uncolorable old blood emblem. It's Rudolph's head. What else could it be? I already talked about the infested snow machine Syandana. That again, that's what that is. I didn't decide that that's what that is for my own headcanon. That's just what it's a snow machine. I don't know what else it would be. During this video's production, we actually got access to another snowy ephemera, but I still like this one better. I'll show you what the other one looks like. It looks fine. Yeah, it looks good, but look at that. See? A cloudy day. Christmas is about joy, peace, and love. The holidays are a time for happiness. And a snow cloud over your head, I don't know. It just sends the wrong message. And look, the snow is just so, I don't know, it's just kind of benign looking. The snow from the Vengeful Chill ephemera, this is aggressive snow. Okay, some sort of bad things. So the braid thing from this skin's helmet clips really badly with the Syandana, so that's not so great. The Exalted Blade, I like this Exalted Blade skin, but it looks kind of not that sharp. Like, I guess this part looks sharp, but it looks kind of like just a pole. I sort of like this. It's something different. It does feel like a sword that Santa would use, the Christmas katana used to decapitate the heads of the evil ones, but at the same time, I don't know. I do have mixed feelings. I think it looks cool. I'm not sure how I feel. I wish you could pick which Exalted Blade, because there are 4. But yeah, seriously, this is a really wintry skin. You got your holiday ornaments or intimate object, hard to tell. Your winter horn from Rudolph. How else do you think I got his skull? And your Christmas samurai armor that would give you frostbite from the cold metal, but luckily Excalibur is a smart cookie and is wearing clothing under it. This is a skin that really makes a statement, so I didn't add a lot to it, but I did like the Holta armor piece here. I do think if it's nice and adds a little something extra. There's nothing on this arm otherwise, and I like that it matches the white and white. You get like bone armor on both parts. I was also considering using the Oskira leg plate on this side. I think it's kind of okay. I think it would need a recolor, and I'm not sure that would line up with the Holta, but I thought it was sort of interesting. It fits the silhouette kind of okay. It has some nice matching with the skull. I'm not sure. Oh man, you've got to have your Gifting Beast. How are you going to purge the sinners without your Gifting Beast? Dig from the Sahasa Kubro will help you with your last-minute shopping and make sure you always have your ice crystal around your body for maximum snow. And Mecha Overdrive and Hunter Synergy won't be very effective, specifically with the Proboscis Ceranos, from which they take their critical chance and status chance links, but it's fine, just let the puppers play. Obviously, this build is a bit silly, but if you were interested in pursuing this playstyle a little further, I do think Excalibur is a Warframe that just kind of does his basic thing, and then you sort of add whatever you want. So if you wanted to do this more, I do think the full mecha set would be kind of nice here. Enemies are standing around hypnotized by your balls, and they might be reasonably grouped together kind of automatically, which I think plays nice indirectly with the mecha set since you can't control exactly when it activates. I think what makes the mecha set the most powerful is when enemies are in a state where you can calmly look for which one has the mark, and then you just hit that one. Maybe you could add a bunch of status to the Exalted Blade, and then if that one enemy gets a status effect that does damage, then everything in a huge radius will die, and that would be somewhat more reliable or easier to use that way. I don't know, it's okay. If you wanted to make this into a real build, that's personally what I would do. Happy holidays, folks. Please stay safe and indoors as much as possible, and we'll all get through this last week of 2020 without something else terrible happening. Let us look forward to every other frame in the game. Over 40 more weeks of FrameWork in 2020. I want to give a special thank you to my community on Twitch, to all of you for your support, but especially those of you who've been watching the streams on Twitch and have been contributing ideas that have helped or directly inspired me to make FrameWork and the Below the Belt build series. I would not have this many good ideas without a lot of inspiration, and you are that, so thank you very much. I'll catch you on the other side.